everyone, Abby here at Purple Cottage Crafts, just kind of doing an impromptu craft video. I picked up these smaller pumpkins at Lowe's a couple days ago when we were picking up some paint for another project in the house. And of course I'm going to keep the purple mesh bag. I think that's really cool. Of course, Purple Queen here. So I thought it'd be kind of fun to do some different type of mixed media things on the pumpkins. I grabbed out some different chalk paints in ivory, and I have it in chalk white. I thought it'd be kind of fun to experiment with some of Seth Apter's Baked Texture, and I have 5 different ones. I have more than this, but they are in my design team kit, which is still packed for, used to be called Arty Carty Co. If you still search for them, it'll still come up on Etsy. And I got some Prima waxes, Opal Magic, that kind of stuff, and then this is some, I almost said milk. This is some Mod Podge in here, sorry, in the mat. And then I thought I might want to maybe use some of these napkins on 1 or 2 of them, I don't know, which is why I got the Mod Podge out. I do have some thicker twine. I have my glue gun too, but it's not plugged in. I need to do that. And then I just have some scraps from the fabric banners, fall banners that Emily and I have been making. And I got these glass houses. I know I showed these in my Target haul video, my most recent one. These are Chip and Joanna Gaines brand. I think it's called Home and Hearth, I think. And these were on clearance, so I got this size, smaller size, and then the bigger size up. These will eventually make their way onto my front porch when I redecorate for Christmas. Right now it's all fall and it's set up, and I'll be doing a final fall home. Well, not really home, just most of my front porch and in the entryway. So, because we're still working on painting and tearing up the carpet to put laminate or not laminate, hardwood floors down. So I'm not really decorating for the house this year, but definitely next year you're going to see some stuff from me. So I just gathered, this was from my little thing I had at the crop I went to not that long ago. I just brought this really cute lilac trash thing I got from Dollar Tree maybe a year or so ago, and I have a couple of them. But anyway, it's kind of a cute little thing I thought to hold my paintbrushes and stuff that I have there. So I don't really have any set plans, just to kind of really have some creative play. And also create something decorative for our house too. Just a really super simple project, of course. So what I think I'm going to do is put some of these, if not all of them, stacked into here, into this taller one here. And then I have some leftover foliage and stuff like that I could put in the smaller one. So I'm going to go ahead and get myself set up, and then this will mostly probably be a process video. I might cut back on and do a little chatty bit if I end up using some of these baked textures, because I think it'd be really kind of cool look. I mean, who says you can't emboss on a pumpkin? I guess I'll find out if you can or you can't. I don't know. We'll see. So I'm going to go ahead and get set up, and I will see. Oh, forgot about this paint. Sorry. This is also from Seth Apter's line. It's Paper Artsy. This is in plum. It's one of his fresco finishes chalk acrylic. I haven't used this yet, but I'm really excited to. It came in right before I had to pack my craft room to move back to Florida, so I definitely would have used it because it's, in the purple realm. So who says, pumpkins and stuff can't be kind of plum purpley colors, right? So we're going to go ahead and have a little bit of creative play once I get myself set up, and I will see you in the next clip. Bye! Okay, so hopefully you've been able to see the different stages and the different pumpkins I've been working on. This is my second temporary makeshift craft table because it's in the house and it's warm. So I'm not sure what order these clips are going to go in, but this is one of the ones I painted with the white chalk paint, which actually I painted all of them with the white chalk paint. Hopefully it's in frame. And this one, what I did, I remember this was like 3 or 4 days later since I started working on this one. So I'm trying to remember where I left off when I was filming. But this is the one where I was taking some of that lacy material that I cut into strips. It's kind of got a little bit of a stretch. And then I just hot glued it, you know, from the center down to the bottom. And what I did, I wanted to add a little bit more color texture to it. So I have been kind of, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? You know, it's like a stencil brush. I know it's that business. I can't think what it's called. Anyway, so I was using the Waverly chalk paint in ivory. So I like that. And then what I'm going to do next, I hit my heat tool on for a little bit, and it, you know, it's still kind of tacky in a few places, but I don't care. It's going to be fine. This is some spray that I put into a different bottle, because it's a Tattered Angels, I believe, because the Tattered Angels bottle got like really clogged during the move. So I just poured it into this one. So I don't remember the exact color, and I don't know. Let me flip my thing around here, because I might show this is upside down, but I want to make sure I'm in frame. So this is kind of like a green, and it's like a greeny brown, and it's kind of got a little bit iridescent green on the bottle. I'm not sure if it's going to pick it up or not, the lighting in here. But what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to just kind of spray this pumpkin and just kind of get this color on there. And if I don't feel like it's saturated enough, I'll just take this off and use it on my paintbrushes and kind of go all over. So that's kind of the plan for this one at this point. I might come back maybe and use a different colored spray, like I have this one from Prima, the pressed petal spray. I haven't used this one yet either since I got it. These actually came like right before we moved back to Oregon, so some of these I didn't get a chance to actually get to play with, and this is one of them. So it says Sultry Shimmer on this one, so I might use this a little bit. I don't know, we'll see. If I don't like it, I can always paint back over, you know, something can kind of be fixed. So just want to say that part real quick, and I'm going to wrap this part up because my husband's watching football and I'm in the living room. So I'm going to go ahead and zip my lips, and then I'll come back on camera and do the spraying and stuff as a process, so you can kind of see that. Oh, real quick, these these are turned out so super cool, super simple. You saw me brush it on, and I check it off with a paper towel. Nothing new, but what I did is I went back in on the tops, and I kind of added a little bit more paint because I wanted that kind of variation of the darker going into kind of the lighter. So very excited about this. My first time actually using Seth Apter's Paper Artsy Fresco Finish Chalk Acrylics, and this is in plum. So this is a fast favorite of mine already. And then this one I'll come back on and finish as a actual talking video, because I want to walk you through what I'm going to be doing with this archival ink, the teal with this kind of bluish color from Timmy Stuff. And then I'm going to do some embossing. I have three pumpkins left, so I'm going to do some embossing on at least one of them. And then I kind of want to play with these different Brilliance Art Alchemy paste or little wax tins that I got from Prima as well. So I'm going to go ahead and zip it now for sure, for real, and I'll see you in the next clip. Bye! trying to get back over to the chair here. I'm hoping that the view, or you know, the lighting, everything's okay. Until I get my craft room done, I have to kind of craft in random spots in my house. So my husband has one of our nephews coming over today to watch some football. So I thought real quick before he got here, I would try to do the embossing on the pumpkin. So, and then what I'll do when I do like the final, everything's done, I'll kind of walk you through some of the other things that I may not get a chance to actually film or talk about. So, because I'm trying to get this done. So I don't want to use a ton of this stuff because obviously these are real, so they're going to die. Next year what I will do is get some artificial ones that look real but not like the styrofoamy or plastic ones. And I didn't really plan on doing any fall crafts this year. I wanted to, but with, you know, my craft room still packed, my room not even done being remodeled, and we still are moving and not moving, but we're still unpacking stuff for the house. I just didn't have time to do that. So without further ado, let me kind of get into this. So I'm going to keep these as long as I can. I mean, I'll probably keep it through the 1st of December, and if they still look okay, I'll probably keep them out. I don't know, we'll see. So it's kind of more of a creative play until next year when I can keep them. So I'm trying to decide which one I want to use. This is a vintage beeswax. This is the ancient amber deep sea. I think I might want to do the ancient amber. And let's see, chunky rust and patina oxide. Let's start with the ancient amber first. And I'm not going to use a ton of this because this is something I'm more than likely not going to be able to keep forever permanent because it's the fact that it is a real, you know, it's a real deal pumpkin. So I'm using, normally I emboss with my Perfect Medium from Ranger because I like it because it's real thick and kind of juicy, and it doesn't dry, like, you know, as soon as I put it on the item, whether it be a tag or whatever. But because this is what easier to kind of manipulate around because this isn't like a flat surface, and I'm going to be using this top boss. This stuff works great too. I took it with me on a crop I went to recently. So it works great too. So here's this. So what I'm going to do is just kind of dab around onto the pumpkin up here. And I also like this one too because it kind of leaves that pink mark like that. Hope you can see that. So you can kind of see where you've embossed and where you put the embossing ink on there. So, and I can't really get too close in underneath. I'm trying to get underneath that. And I just picked a little bit of the paint off, but that's okay because it's going to get covered anyway, so it doesn't matter. So just kind of do this. All right, and all my coffee filters and my things that I use for embossing are still packed. So I'm just going to be using a paper plate because I can fold it up enough and pour it back into the container. So I'm just going to, and I don't want to dump this all out, so I'm going to grab this here. I probably should have grabbed myself a plastic spoon, but that's okay. I'm just going to start putting some of this on, and I'm kind of being a little bit generous, like I said, because this isn't like a permanent, you know, something where I can keep it and put it out for display year for year. But I do want to kind of add some of the elements on it so I can, you know, show it to you guys, because I haven't actually played with these yet since I got them, you know, right before we'd moved. So I'm going to be doing a totally separate video just on these, and I'm going to probably call it, you know, my first initial, you know, try, even though you're going to see this probably before that video. Yes, I'm using it for the first time, but I'm not really using it in the application of showing you, you know, different things you can do with it and how it looks on different mediums and stuff like that. Kind of more doing, not necessarily review, but kind of like a, you know, a test run, or, you know, first time using, you know, Seth Apter's Baked Texture and in different projects. So I'm going to go to do this, I'm going to tip it over and knock off the loose stuff. Okay, and we'll just put this off to the side, and I will pour that back into the container in a little bit. And I'm going to grab this plate here because I don't want this to dry. So I'm going to go ahead and do this, and then I will show it to you when we get it done. Okay, and here they are, the completed mixed media pumpkins that I did. Now these are super simple, like, like technique wise or whatever. So, anybody could really do this. And if you don't have the same supplies that I use, and you can kind of dig in your stash and see if you can find something that's going to help, help you create this look if you choose to do so. So the reason I have a teal one in here is because I have trigeminal neuralgia. This is just for the my new crafty friends that have just recently found me on YouTube. I have a whole playlist on this if you're interested in hearing about it, but teal is the official color, awareness color. So I always try to include some teal in my different projects and stuff, because this is, a nod to me having this and awareness on it. So I used a bunch of the different alchemy waxes from Finnabair's line with Prima on here. You saw me do that. And I will have all of the different materials listed below. Probably the exception of being the chalk paints and the apple barrel paints I got from Walmart, because those are pretty easy to find. But as far as the Prima goodies and the special sprays and stuff I use, I will definitely leave a link. So here's this with some of that thicker jute twine on there, which I did get from Walmart. Now this is what the bottom looks like. I was gonna go all the way to the center, but I thought, and so I put it on there and it sits on here just fine. Now, these are not going to be something I can keep and reuse year after year, because these are real pumpkins. My intention was to just paint them and stick them out on our front porch where I have all of my fall decor stuff, but I kind of wanted to have some creative play with this. So really, really cool. So this one, you're going to see in one of the earlier clips, I had Mod Podge some green napkin to it. I didn't like how it looked, so I went back over, and I don't remember if I filmed that part or not, but it created this really awesome crackle right there. Sorry, I'm doing some laundry. You can hear in the background if you hear water. It's created this really, really cool kind of crackle look, and I just love how this turned out. Using a combination of Tim's Distress paints and a little bit of chalk paint and some of the sprays and the alchemy wax is really, really cool. This one here too, in the earlier clips, you're going to see how I did this one, where I, put the lace on after I painted it. And I didn't like how it kind of looked a little bit too plain for me. So I went back through and added the different colors and sprays and the paints and stuff that you saw me do. But this turned out really, really cute, I think. I love this a lot. Really, really fun. And this one here is just where I just basically, did a dry brush, and I took just a paper towel, as you saw, and just wiped everything off and then added that. So I think this looks really, really, this is the one that looks like apples to me. I've seen apples like at the farmer's market that kind of have that color. And then this one over here, and I did these colors because purple's my favorite. So it's kind of a really nice plum color. And the same thing here, just put it on and kind of wiped it off, and then just added the alchemy wax on there. Let's see, which one haven't I done yet? Did I show this one? I can't remember. I don't think so. Here's another one with the same thicker jute twine on it. Really super simple, you guys. Basic stuff to do. Just having some creative play, since my craft room stuff is still packed away. So this is the one that had the most, not that these took me a lot of time to do, but probably this one, just because I was playing with different Seth Apter's Baked Texture products that he has. I will link all of those below as well. So I haven't done my initial video on his baked texture products that he has, because I got them right before we moved. So now that I have them out, I'm going to kind of start filming some different projects with me playing with them. And I really want to, I might have it a 2 or 3 part series, because the full in-depth one I want to do, I can't do yet until my craft room is actually unpacked. But I can definitely do some, like some tags and some different things like that, if you want to see the different ways you can use his baked texture pots that he has. So I just love how this looks. So cool. And who says you can't emboss on a real pumpkin, right? So anyway, I just kind of wanted to share these with you. Just wanted to get something creative up on my YouTube channel, and also have some home decor for our new home here. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, as always, please leave in the comment section below. I'm very slow at getting back to replying to people, but I'm doing the best I can, and I'm trying to get caught up on comments. So I apologize if you asked me a question before and I haven't responded on a prior video. I'm going through them and trying to get myself caught up, so I apologize for that. And if you use these different mediums, like the baked texture from Seth Apter, or alchemy waxes from Prima, or any of the you know, Tim Holtzy stuff, comment below and let me know. I'd love to have you use these products in your crafting projects and whatnot. And that's going to be it. So, check below for all the links to most of the mediums that I use too, in case you want to pick some up for yourself. So, happy scrapping, happy planning, happy crafting. And in the theme of this video, happy fall decorating. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.